Oh, but the 6 minutes time, albeit it's Charlie Davenport.
Coming off the corner, it's going to be Ben Crouch taking home the win here at Chicagoland. Lucas Holmes is going to take the win here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
PJ Williams will finally win in the Powerade Truck Series. Will he though? No, he won't. Kuklon will win.
We are the NIRA.
What's up everyone, this is your boy NSRacing95 AKA Nathan Stapleton here, and welcome everyone to Michigan International Raceway for race number 11 of 16 of season 3 of the Powerade Truck Series. Like I said, we're here at Michigan for the first race of 2021 for the NIRA, and we are set for a great weekend here at Michigan for trucks today and Cup tomorrow. Today it is the Menards 200, and it's going to be 30 laps of racing around this 2-mile racetrack. Race 2 of the round of 12, and it's going to be a good one. Last time that we were here at Michigan, all the way back at race number 5, Zachary Delano, a part-timer, stole one from one of these full-time drivers. So it's going to be interesting if that can happen once again. Last time at Darlington, Jake Galloway, he got the pole and won the race. So he stole one from one of these 12 playoff drivers. So it's going to be interesting if one of these non-playoff drivers can steal one, or if a playoff driver can get a win and lock themselves into the round of 8. So this is how the playoffs look coming into Michigan here today. PJ Williams has a plus 30 gap over the cut line. Nathan Baylor is second, 19 points above. Keegan Thompson is third, plus 18. Benny Watson is fourth, plus 17. Osman Ahmed is plus 16. Noah Clifton is plus 13. Jeremy Baylor, probably one of the favorites. He needs a great one today. He starts on the pole. He is plus 5 points above the cut line now that he starts on the pole. And then Brett Sealer, he is only 1 point in as of now. And the 4 drivers that are currently outside the cutoff line are Eli Bright 1 point out, Roger Hampton 2 points out, Francois Chastain 11 points out, and Shane Russoff is 12 points below the cut line. So it's still very, very close. If things work out well, PJ Williams could clinch himself into the round of 8 here today. We just have to wait and see if he can do that. So these 36 trucks will get more to life, and we will get set to go racing for the first race of 2021 for the NIRA and for race number 11 of the Powerade Truck Series. Here is the top 10 starting positions for race number 11 and for the Menards 200. Jeremy Baylor starts on the pole, and alongside him is the part-time race winner, just a little bit ago, Noggin Scott. For number 2, we have Noah Clifton, and alongside him is the defending, not defending, but the most recent winner of the Truck Series, the Briton, Jake Galloway. For number 3, we have Ben Watson, and the number 12 of Leroy Minute. And then in one number 4, we have Mark Davidson and Christian Russell, and rounding out the top 10, we have Jacob Thibodeau and PJ Williams. So all 36 trucks are rolling off, and we are set to go racing for race number 11 on the season and for the Menards 200. After today, these trucks will take a week off as Cup will go back to Las Vegas, and then in 2 weeks' time we will go to Talladega Super Speedway to find out who will not make it into the round of 8. So pretty much you want to set yourselves up right here today at Michigan, so you don't have to worry about Talladega in 2 weeks. Baylor, Scott, race number 11 is green, and for the Menards 200. Nog and Scott will lead lap number 1, and they are 4 wide, 2 and almost 3 most deep. That is 3 most deep, but 4 wide. Sketchy moments early on here at Michigan. We will see this both days here, and they are being banged already. If they can keep this straight, then we could stay green. And they are going to settle it back down from 3 rows to 4 wide to just 3 by 3 by 3. Scott controlling his top side. That's what he did in the part-time race very, very well and got the race win barely over Jacob Thibodeau. Jake Galloway on the top side helping Scott, and Scott is gonna take the race, is gonna officially take the lead and have a big gap. As long as they don't go 5 wide, it will be fine, but they are going 4 by 4 by 4 by 4 by 4 by 4 by 4. They are going nuts right now here at Michigan International Speedway. Baylor, he's trying to get to the inside. Galloway gets shoved out of the way by Leroy Minute. 3 wide through the middle by Leroy Minute. Not really sure of where he's gonna go. The rookie for Young's Motorsports not returning to the 12th team. So it'll be interesting to see of what happens to him during signups. But he's not worried about that right now. He wants to get this race lead here on that number 4. But here comes Nathan Baylor, second in points, plus 19. He would love to have a good one and kind of be a little bit of a underdog, if you will, in this chase. So it's gonna be interesting if he can get a good one here today and possibly do the same thing as PJ Williams and maybe not clinch, but come close to clinching and not have to worry about Talladega as much as some other people. But they are still 4 wide in the middle of this pack. And Jake Galloway is gonna go 3 wide through the middle. This is absolutely insane, and we're gonna see this both days, like I said, here at Michigan International Speedway. Leroy Minute trying to do a slide job, but cannot get it to stick. And that's almost 4 wide for the race lead, but they're gonna settle it back down. But Jake Galloway 3 wide through the middle, trying to take the race lead away on that number 5. There will be 1 pit stop in this race, about 23 to 25 laps. No, so I don't know if it will be under green or under caution. Most likely under caution, the way that these guys are racing 4 wide again in the middle of the pack. But Nog and Scott still controlling this field, and we have 4 part-time cars on the top side right now. Nog and Scott, Mark Davidson, Casey Nago, and Trevor's Lineback. So these part-time cars are taking over on that top side. That's what they did at the first race at Michigan early on. DeLillo was able to steal it from one of these full-time guys, and that is almost 5 wide. That is 5 wide at Michigan, and that's not gonna look. Around goes Nathan Baylor. Nathan Baylor just went around, but I don't think there's a caution. There's no caution. Nathan Baylor got spun around, but no caution. That is gonna hurt Nathan Baylor tremendously. If we somehow go caution free all race on, and that is not gonna help him at all. That's gonna hurt him big time. They were 5 wide, and I believe Christian Focus turned Nathan Baylor and the guy second in the playoff points goes around off of turn number 2. Doesn't look like he has any damage, but he's definitely all by himself right now here at Michigan. He wants to caution really bad so he can get back into his lead pack. But Jake Galloway, the Briton, out front once again in the Powerade Truck Series. He won at Darlington, and he is now the race leader here at Michigan on lap number 9 of 30. Scott trying to get into the PJ1, but he couldn't really get a one on that top side. Jake Galloway controlling the field now. Here comes Noah Clifton. In the number 98, he started third, fell back, and he's moving his way back up through the field. And here comes PJ Williams. He's moving up, and there's a lot of part-timers, almost contact between the 6 and the 42. 42 got sideways off of turn number 4. But like I said, there's a lot of playoff contenders up front right now. Noah Clifton, PJ Williams, Roger Hampton, Brennan Watson, Jeremy Baylor, Francois Chastain, Shane Winslow. There's a lot of playoff drivers up front, and that's almost contact between Roger Hampton and Brennan Watson, but they are going to keep it straight. I am honestly very, very shocked of how the most that we've seen carnage-wise is just a simple spin from a 5-wide incident that could have gone really, really, really bad. But now Mark Davison, another part-timer. Mark Davison now out front here at Michigan International Speedway. Not a quarter, but a third of the way through. Lap 10 laps in. 20 laps to go here in the Menards 200. Now this pack is starting to get a little bit separated as they are 4 wide, 4 rows deep back in here. And right now these tires are getting a little bit worn out. Because definitely these guys on the bottom side, they are really their stuff, and they are falling back. PJ Williams, he was inside the top 10, close to it, and now he's falling back like a rock in 27th place now. That's almost 5 wide again. But luckily, the 33 of Stephen Thompson bats out of it. A smart move from one of the rookies in the truck series. And these tires are definitely falling off. 12 laps in, almost halfway through a fuel one. And like this is going to be interesting because it's going to be about 22, 24, 25 laps on fuel. And the tires. So, if it managed to go caution free, which it won't, my jeez. What a save from Roger Hampton, the 18 of Justin Zaidel saved to that like a boss. Oh man, Zaidel almost just caused the caution right there and almost ruined the championship hopes potentially of Roger Hampton, but he saved it. What a save! But the bad thing for him is that he's gonna fall back like a rock as well. But here comes Jeremy Baylor. He started the season off with 2 quick wins at Atlanta and Chicagoland. He's not won since, but he's been pretty strong though. And he has his teammate Noah Clifton up here as well. Same with Brennan Watson in the number 6. But this has gotten crazy in the heartbeat. Noah Clifton, he's yet to win this season. That's the thing. He's been super consistent in both Cup and Trucks, but the Aussie has not been able to win yet this season. But Mark Davison, part-time trucks are trying to sweep Michigan here today for the Powerade Truck Series. But if they want to do that, they have to stop. They have to manage to stop these playoff drivers, because there are multiple playoff drivers up front right now. Watson, Clifton, Chastain, and Baylor, 4 out of the 12 up front right now. Next time by, we will be past halfway next time by in the Menards 200 on that number 16 of 30. It's been a wild first half of the race. Saw Nathan Baylor get spun out by a 5 wide situation, and we almost saw the 3 of Roger Hampton get spun out by the 18 of Justin Zidell. And here comes Jake Galloway with a 1 to the inside of Ben Watson. But I don't know if he's going to be able to get there. That top side is pretty strong. It's multi-groove, like I said, but that top side is definitely the way to go here at Michigan. And these tires are definitely falling off. Not really as much as I thought, but still falling off about 2 or 3 tenths than what they were at the beginning of this race. We are past halfway now here at Michigan. 15 down, 14 to go. Here in the Menards I'm in the Menards 200 here at Michigan for race number 11 on the season. Galloway tried getting the bomb to work, but that is not going to work whatsoever. Ben Watson trying his hardest to get this inside lane to work, but he doesn't really have any help. Mark Davidson has help from Tall. But the Tall and Stephen Cullen come from? I haven't seen him all race long, and now they're up front. And they helped Mark Davidson get a 1 on the top side and get past Ben Watson in the number 6 machine. And now Tall trying to get to anyone to the inside. It's been announced that she will return to GMS Racing next season already, but instead of the 24, it will be the number 23 for season number 4. And she tried getting back in line right behind Stephen Cullen, but Ben Watson was there and took advantage of the mistake from Madison Tall. Of course, Ben Watson, I believe, has 2 wins this season, so he's been a pretty good driver. Probably one of the 3 or 4 heavy favorites for this championship. And he's doing a good job so far here at Michigan. Stephen Cullen trying to get to the inside of Mark Davidson. Now, this is crucial for Francois Chastain because he came in 11 points outside the cutoff line. So if he can get a good one here today, he could. And oh, there they go! Justin Zidell, Corey Smart, and others. Juan Garcia, and the 34 as well. Well, we are not going caution free now. Josh Williamson all torn up. And the first caution of the day is out here at Michigan International Speedway on that number 19. I don't think any playoff drivers were involved. And that came at a perfect time. Because now all of these guys can make their pit stop under caution. And everyone will have a shot at the win still. Or maybe not. Are they actually trying to do a split strategy here? Or I don't know. Let's see who will pit. I don't think they can make it from here. But I mean, it's 25 laps on fuel, so I guess Stephen Cullen, Francois Chastain, Jeffers Lineback, Jake Galloway, it's 50-50 right now. So I guess some people are trying to stretch it and trying to save as much as they can during these caution laps. I don't know if this is smart at all, especially for some of these championship contenders of Brett Sierra, PJ Williams, Baylor, Clifton, and Francois Chastain. I don't know. Granted, there was a lot of people that pitted and a lot of people that stayed out, probably about 50-50. And it is about 50-50. The top 16 stayed out, 16 people stayed out, everyone else pitted. So, I don't know, it's going to be very interesting if these guys have enough fuel to make it all the way to the end. And of course, Baylor, he was the last on the racetrack, so he's going to gain some positions based off of some towards getting out, or being out from that crash, but on the bright side for Baylor, he's gonna have a shot at gaining some more positions on this restart since the field will be all bunched up again. But the only problem for him is that he's not gonna have that much time to make up those spots. Well, a late race caution passed halfway on lap number 19, and a crash happens off of turn number 4. Before we get to the restart, let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the day here for the Menards 200 and for race number 11 on the season for season 3 of the Powerade Truck Series. Here we go. This is what happened in 3 and 4. Seidel tried doing a slide job on Josh Ramson and just went up the track and got turned down the track and nowhere to go for the 42 of Casey NIRA go. Eli Bright, that's the big one. He got a little piece of it, and he was 1 point outside the cutoff line coming into this race. Corey Smart involved. And then Juan Garcia as well. So 2 out of the 4 KBM trucks involved. And then the 34 of Trey Smith as well. So not really too many trucks involved. Most of them were able to stop. But about a 5 or 6 truck incident here at Michigan. And unfortunately the big one is for Eli Bright in the number 8. How much damage does he actually have? Because it didn't look like a big hit, but with these trucks, sometimes a small hit can ruin their day. So we just have to wait and see of what ends up happening to this number 8 of Eli Bright on the restart here at Michigan. But not a big time crash, just a 5 or 6 truck incident here at Michigan. Let's take another look at full speed. Here we go, full speed following along with Justin Seidel. He just tried doing a slide drop, thought he was clear, and he wasn't. And unfortunately, he got turned by not only by Josh Williamson, but also by Casey NIRA going, and then nowhere to go for Corey Smart, Eli Bright, or the 34 of Trey Smith. So a 5 or 6 truck incident. But these guys were able to pit about 50-50. About half the field pitted and about half the field stayed out. 16 trucks stayed out. So it's gonna be interesting to see of what happens. Can those 16 trucks that stay out make it? Can they make it? Or are they gonna run out of fuel late in the going? We just have to wait and see. But it will be Stephen Cohen leading us back to the green here at Michigan. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the restart here at Michigan and for the Menards 200 and for race number 11 of the Powerade Truck Series season. Welcome back here at Michigan. We will go back green on lap number 24 of 30. And the only 2 trucks that are out are the 18 of Justin Seidel and the 45 of Josh Williamson. Besides that, everyone is still out on the racetrack. Travis Lineback decided to pit, so he was not able to make it. Top 10 on the restart is Cohen, Chastain, Galloway, Clifton, Baylor, Anderson, Williams, Sela, the earlier Michigan winner, Devello, and Juan Garcia, but we know Juan Garcia, he has damage. He was involved in that crash big time, and he is going to hold up a big chunk up this field. So now Stephen Cohen out front, leading us on the restart. This is going to be interesting because some trucks have fresh tires and some don't. No, Baylor, Clifton, upside down into the catch fence. Massive crash at Michigan. People are pitting. And Arcabrites galore. Dale Camel, Nathan Bayard, Christian Russell. Massive crash. Brett Cianello, Clifton, Dale Camel, Christian Russell, Nathan Bayard. And while that was happening, some of us had to pit. A massive crash, one of the worst crashes I've seen here at Michigan. Dale Camel torn up as well. Noah Clifton, massive accident. That had 3 or 4 championship contenders involved. Jeremy Baylor, Noah Clifton, and Brett Sela. That is not good. That's not what Brett Sela wanted. He came in here only +1. And that's not what Noah Clifton wanted because he came in here +13. And that's not what Baylor needed because he came in here +4. Oh no. And that's not what Baylor needed because, well, he was +19, but he's... Oh boy, well, if only this could get even more interesting for Talladega. It just got a little bit more interesting, that's for sure. And we are not even done yet. We might have like a 2-lap dash as well. Oh boy. Well, 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 well. Welcome to the Truck Series, ladies and gentlemen. And Bennett Watson is gonna be the race leader on this restart. Wow, what a crash. Noah Clifton back and first into the wall, flying in the air, and he might have got T-boned a couple more times after he flew into the catchment and it flew into the air. What a crash. All I can say is what a freaking crash. Wow. That was bad. Well then. With that being said, let's go ahead and see what the heck happened to bring out the second crash of the day, a massive accident, and 3-4 once again for the second time of the day here for the Powerade Truck Series. Here we go, this happened in turns 3 and 4. They were going 4 wide before championship contenders. PJ Williams got sideways and he backed off of it. And then Brett Sela got into Baylor, and that got Baylor into his teammate Noah Clifton. And then a massive impact. Like, that was a big hit for Brett Sela too. All 4 wheels off the ground for him as well. And then Noah Clifton into the catch fence and barreling end over end here at Michigan. But that was not it. Matt Sanderson was involved as well, but then nowhere to go for the number 92 of Christian Russell, and nowhere to go for the 54 of Dale Campbell either. And then Nathan Baylor, who got spun out, he had nowhere to go but ran right into the number 98 of Noah Clifton. Oh man, that was a massive crash. I've never seen that happen before here at Michigan. Noah Clifton upside down, end over end. And then Brett Sela all 4 wheels off the ground as well. A wild, wild, wild crash. A big time crash as well. With big time championship implications for Nathan Baylor, Brett Sela, Jimmy Baylor, and Noah Clifton here at Michigan. But let's take another look at this a couple of more times. Here we go, watching this full time. This could have been all avoided if the 16 did not turn the 99 into his teammate Noah Clifton, and they just went flying into the air and nowhere to go for the 92 or the 54 or the 44. So a massive incident here at Michigan. All I can say is I cannot believe what I just saw. A massive crash here at Michigan, and let's go ahead and follow along with the number 16 of Brett Sela as well, because he had a wild crash in the wild wide as well in that number 16 machine. Following along with Brett Sela, and yeah, I don't know, Baylor came up and Brett Sela came down and just a big hit. Like, I've never seen that happen before, and you just see the arc brakes, not really arc brakes, but nowhere to go for all those guys. Man, what a massive crash. Noah Clifton flying in the air, flying in the catch fence, getting T-boned. And then Brett Sela also off the ground as well. let's just say that Talladega in 2 weeks time is gonna not be fun for some drivers, that's for sure, after this one. But after that, it ended up being the number 6 of Ben Watson taking the race lead after some trucks pitting. We should have a couple of laps to go here in this one, and for the Menards 200, Ben Watson will be the race leader, and let's go and get back to the restart in this wild race here at Michigan. Welcome back here at Michigan, and I was right, we will have a green-white checkered finish here at Michigan, and it's going to be a doozy. The trucks that are out are the 54, the 16, the 30, the 44, the 92, and the 98, and unfortunately, the Michigan from early on in the season, Delillo, he has a tire that went down, so he will not be able to defend his he will not be able to sweep Michigan. Top 10 on the restart. Watson, Thibodeau, Owen Miles, the 21 of Nottingham, Scott, Eli Bright, Mark Davison, Stephen Thompson, Leroy Minute, the 3 of Roger Hampton and Madison Tall, the top 10. And as you can tell, there is a massive break in the pack. There is a couple of slow trucks that are up front, and that are causing chaos. Meanwhile, 3 wide for the race lead. Benny Watson, Jacob Thibodeau, Nottingham Scott. Thibodeau and Scott are battling for the part-time race, and around goes Eli Bright. Side by side at the line. Race is gonna be over, and it's gonna be Thibodeau barely. It's gonna beat Benny Watson to the line. And another big-time crash. Eli Bright, Trey Smith, Keegan Thompson, Casey Nanigo, Juan Garcia is done, Cody Smoke again, Shane Winslow. Oh my god, this PJ Williams is all torn up as well. He came in here plus 30. This race has flipped the points on his head going into Talladega in 2 weeks. Wow, another close finish. They're actually going to give it to Benny Watson, actually. Benny Watson is ahead of Thibodeau. It was Thibodeau, but I guess Benny Watson's gonna get credited for the win. It was a legit tie though, so it might have been technically Benny Watson, because it was a tie. 0, 0, 0, 0 across the board, so it probably was a tie. But Benny Watson, I guess the NIRA officials somehow were able to break the tie, and Benny Watson was able to get a big enough one on the top side to get the race win here at Michigan. And now he does not have to worry about Talladega in 2 weeks. So that is a great thing for Benny Watson in that number 16. And I do believe that he is now the winningest driver in the NIRA, Benny Watson, here today with that race win. But before we get to the finishing results, let's see what happened to bring out the final caution here at Michigan. A crazy end of the race. And let's see what happened to bring out the third and final caution here in the Menards 200 at Michigan International Raceway. Well, this is very questionable on why Eli Bright was so low when he had 3 lanes of space up on the top side. The only thing I could think of is maybe he was coming down to pit for whatever reason, coming to the white flag. But Roger Hampton had nowhere to go but turn Eli Bright. That shot him back up all the way up to the racetrack. Nowhere to go for Shane Winslow or Keegan Thompson. Jonathan Hoff, nowhere to go. Bradley Bean barely escapes one in the number 88. And then, I'm just going to say this. Ultimate Speed's 500 happens. PJ Williams nowhere to go. DJ Reed, nowhere to go. Cody Smollett, nowhere to go. Stephen Cohen, nowhere to go. And then watch Juan Garcia, massive airtime. The 22 involved, and he gets stuck on his nose. He does a nose stand, well, like a nose really, whatever we want to call it. Baylor involved, Cohen, Tway Smith, and then the 42 of Nanico involved again. I don't know. This was something. The first 20 laps of this race was, the first 18 laps of this race was fine, but the last 12 was pure insanity. But at the end of the day, we got a heck of a faux finish. Probably the closest finish I've seen ever in the Powerade Truck Series, and probably the closest finish I've ever done, or that I've ever seen happen for a series. But before we go and see of the finish, let's see that crash a couple more times here, cause oh boy, half speed falling along with Eli Bright again. I don't know what to say. He got loose, and then he came down to pit road. Well, what looked like he was coming down to pit road, like he couldn't make it. And then that's where all heck broke loose after that. And he just went up the track, nowhere to go for Shaman's off. And like, that was weird, because like, he had 3 lanes of space up top, and he was crowding, him so close on the bottom, and nowhere to go for anyone else after this. PJ Williams, DJ Reed, and then just Juan Garcia. I cannot believe it. Like, this. I've never seen that before either. I've never seen the Noah Clifton thing before. I've never seen the Brett Sealer thing, and I've never seen this before for Juan Garcia. Just amazing. Absolutely a incredible crash. Let's take a look at this one more time here at Michigan. Watching this full time now, and I don't know what Eli Bright is doing. He's normally a good driver, but that did not work out in his favor. And in the process, it took out 4 more championship contenders, actually like 5 more. So Talladega is gonna be interesting, and Juan Garcia, I don't know what you call that. I'm speechless. I don't know who has not been involved out of the championship contenders. That was like 6. That was 6 more that were involved in that crash. The only ones I see that were not involved was Francois Chastain, Roger Hampton, and Benny Watson. That's the only 3 that I see that were not involved in anything today. Just incredible. Let's see what ended up being the actual, like, true finish of the race here at Michigan in an amazing full finish. Here we go, following along with Benny Watson. He was getting passed on the inside lane, and then just right behind him, right there, I mean, like blind middle amount. And the thing that did not help the 04 was that he had no help. He had no help, but meanwhile, Benny Watson in the number 6, he had help. He had Owen Miles right behind him, and the 04 had no help right behind him. And that was the finish right there. That was the finish. By a sliver of a gap. Probably a milli inch, or whatever you want to call it. Just by maybe an inch. Benny Watson was scored with first place. First it was Thibodeau. But then the NIRA officials corrected it and said that Benny Watson, by maybe an inch, if that, won this race. Just incredible. Incredible. That's all I can say about this race here today at Michigan. That's all I can say. The first 18 laps went caution free. We had an amazing save between the 18 and the 3. We had a spin, a 5-wide spin between Nathan Bogus and Baird. And then we saw Noah Clifton fly. And then we got this. I'm just completely shocked. This race got really messed up really quickly. It turned into a meme really quick. Man. I don't know what to say. What a way to kick off 2021 for the NIRA, huh? First race in 2021. I'm technically recording this on December 29th, but for you guys, this is going up on January 1st. Oh boy. Trying to collect my thoughts here. Ben Watson with the win locked himself into the round of 8 before Talladega in 2 weeks. Or maybe a week, depending on when I decide to upload it. Thibodeau in 2nd, Noggins Khan in 3rd, Owen Miles 4th, Mark Davidson in 5th, Lee Wayman in 6th, Stephen Thompson in 7th, Madison Toll in 8th, Roger Hampton in 9th, and Bradley Williams rounds out the top 10. Man. This race really shook the freaking points up to its core. It shook it up to its core. Because Baylor, he was lucky enough to finish the same thing. Same with Chastain, Roger Hampton, and Benny Watson. That was it. Most Muhammad was 1 lap down. But I think he was technically out. PJ Williams, he got 18th still after getting torn up in that crash. Eli Blight 25th, Shane Winslow 26th, Keegan Thompson 23rd, Brett Sealer 30th, and then Nathan Baylor 32nd, Clifton 35th, and then just all the chaos after that. Oh my goodness, what a race! I'm speechless right now. I am legit speechless right now. Man, all I can say is welcome to 2021. Welcome to the NIRA for 2021. Oh boy. Well, if you guys liked this one, then you guys are in for a treat tomorrow when it's the last race of the round of 16 for the Red Bull Cup Series. Oh man, I'm speechless right now. But I'm gonna try to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for the support. What a way to kick off 2021. And what a way to kick off the new year. Benny Watson, he breaks the tie with himself and Quinton Moore. Now Benny Watson gets his 8th career NIRA win, and he's now the winningest driver in NIRA history. Incredible. The points, the Rookie of the Year points, the playoff points, team points, everything like that will be after the video here shortly. What a race. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. This race was fun. The rest of the season is going to be fun. 2021 is going to be a banger year for the NIRA. It's going to be lit. Got a lot of great things playing with the Cup Series, Truck Series, Krispy Kreme Series, Travis's Sunoco Cup Series, just everything as a whole. It's going to be a great year, and this is just the start. Day 1 of 365 for the NIRA. Thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Benny Watson on getting the race win and locking himself into the round of 8. He's He's safe. He doesn't have to worry about Talladega, unlike everyone else. Next time out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm NSRacing95 AKA Nathan Stapleton, and until tomorrow for the Menards 404, the round of 16 finale for the Cup Series. I will see you guys then. Bye.